Listen up. I need you to pack all that you own. Pack it up, and I need you to leave. Leave your country, leave Virginia, leave Roanoke, leave your home, leave the place you know best. Go from here to a land that I will show you. How would you feel about that? How would you feel about leaving home? We invest time and money creating a space that is ours, a space that is surrounded by what we value, what excites us, what things we're passionate about. It's our home. It's our safe space. It's a space of warmth and welcome, of memories, big and small. And then one day, imagine God telling you to leave. Leaving home is never easy. Leaving the place we call home, the place we know, the people we know, is hard, even more so if our destination is unknown. But God will show you where to go. This is what we hear God tell Abram in the first few verses of Genesis chapter 12. But God's command to leave, to pack up and go, does not come without God's promise. God's command to leave is followed by a fivefold promise. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. I will bless all the earth through you. You see, first is God's command, then there is God's promise. This is how the previous chapters of Genesis have gone. From the beginning, we read of the human tendency to rebel against God. Eating the fruit, Cain killing Abel, violence filling the earth prior to the flood, and erecting the Tower of Babel to reach the heavens. Yet with each rebellious act, there came a promise. There came an act of grace from God, covering their nakedness in the garden. Cain being marked for protection. Covenant renewal with Noah after the flood, and now Abram stands as the promise of grace to God's scattered people. God's scattered people after the tower fell. God's calling of Abram and his being sent out seeks to bring blessing to all people of the earth. When I was discerning to go to seminary or not, I knew I wanted to leave home. I knew I wanted to go from all that I knew to find myself, or hoping to find myself, to redefine myself, or at least be open to a recreation. You see, I wanted to redefine myself, or at least I wanted God to redefine who I was. Abram is being redefined. But did he want to be? You see, our identity is greatly wrapped up in our homes, our families, our vocation. And now Abram's identity is changing. And he will eventually be given a new name because of it. Abram's identity is no longer wrapped in his home, his family, or what he thought his vocation was. Abram's identity is now wrapped in his new vocation, to be a blessing. Yet his blessingness is now wrapped in a nomadic life. He even calls himself an alien in a foreign land. Abram is no longer at home anywhere, but through him, God will make him a blessing everywhere. God calls Abram to uproot and begin a blessing of outreach. Through Abram and his family, God provides blessing to all the earth. In this season of Lent, a season of repentance and renewal, I wonder what rebellious acts we have committed against God. And yet I wonder if we are aware of God's promises and God's acts of grace, even though we have rebelled. Lent is a time to be redefined, to find a new identity, one that is bound in God's grace. So trusting in the promise of God, I wonder what place God is calling you to leave. This doesn't have to be a physical place, a physical home, but what sort of things is God calling you to leave? What place of comfort is God calling you to leave? Where is God directing you to go, even though you may not fully know the destination? How might God be using you to bless others? And what about our call to welcome nomads like Abram, to welcome nomads in our own life? Do we ever think that this stranger, this alien in a foreign land, could have been sent by God to redefine and bless us? How might that change our perspective and our behavior and even our welcome to those who are different? God says to Abram, go. Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house. Go from everything you know to a land that I will show you. So Abram went. God says to me, to you, to all of us, go from this place, the place you know best, to a new home, to a new identity, to a recreation, to be redefined. And I will show you what that is. So will you go?